That's the conversation. But that goes back to people not owning anything. Like I said, she had to call T.S. Madison and pay her upfront for the licensing to use her voice. And T.S. Madison, she got points on the song. I'm sure she did get points on the song because that when people sing cozy, I'm dark skin, brown skin, beige, flesh and beige. That's not Beyonce. That's T.S. Madison. So yes, you're giving me points on that. So every time somebody buy that damn song, to be T.S. Madison getting the things. Went for the church girl. Oh, just save me. I want to be something. Whatever. She had to call up Twinkie and them because Twinkie sat at that organ in a room on a Sunday afternoon and crafted that song from the beginning. So when Beyonce wants to use that, I have to license the sound. And if T.S. Madison got fucking points, I'm sure Twinkie then got damn points on the song. Because when they sing that song, when people reference that point of the song, that's not Beyonce. They have to, hey, thank you so much. Hello to you. She has to pay. She got to pay them people. Khalees singing a hook from a song that was produced and manufactured by the people of the company and I don't need to call Khalees. That's not her song. I'm gonna call Pharrell. Pharrell can call Harrell. Harrell didn't die, but these, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And that's the thing. So that was Khalees' problem was the back door at which, you know what I'm saying, so that sort of thing. And her problem was not Beyonce. She knew Beyonce wasn't going to pay her. Beyonce did. She knew Beyonce. Khalees knew the game. She knew Beyonce didn't have to pay her. But if her company got paid from using Khalees' song, she thought she would. She thought she should be entitled to some percentage of, you know, backdoor money. Whether she got that or not, I'm not really sure. Even Kevin Aviance, the same situation. A song that, you know, he just made for somebody else. He crafted, created for somebody else. They owned the business, they owned it to it, so that's how he could wake up from a drunken state, allegedly, whatever, and be like, oh my God, I'm on the thing. The fact that nobody even called him that's the whole other thing. But of course, people want to keep their money. The Beyonce checks, T.S. Madison says several zeros, and then you get paid in perpetuity for points. Yeah, Beyonce cut them damn checks out. Her hitting all these milestones and billboards and things like that, that's millions of dollars coming the fuck in. And they're going to try to keep most of it instead of giving away even a portion of it. So like Kevin Aviance, $100,000, which he should get more. Apparently too much like right. But as we know, we've known for years and years and years and years, things can't be too much like right, because that's problematic. You know, I bet she was too. I bet she was too. Never let her forget it. But I mean, that's promotion. The more people I tell about it, the more people get to download. Like, anybody else needs to be told about it. And like, there's any T.S. Madison fans that aren't Beyonce fans. But, if I'm getting points on that, not just, she give me, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. A lot of more gloating, like I said, more than twinking them, but that's more in line with, and that's probably a PR move, because Twinkie can't come out being that's the thing with like Yolanda Adams and Kirk Franklin and stuff like that, religious, but they get secular real quick. When the check come calling, they sing another song. Meanwhile, Twinkie and them raised up in, you can't join in. You got to be born and raised in it, created a career from it, got fans that probably would not condone it. So they can't be out here saying, Beyonce called us. But I'm sure Karen and Kiki and them get to kikiing about it over the kitchen table. But that's on brand. Definitely. Yeah, that's what she. Well, Tia, no, that Tia's getting loose talking about. Yeah, oh, she been listening to me, and that hot sauce was my. And like, I don't know. I don't know. But that I don't know, and I would hate to think. Like I said, that goes back into what I was saying about this album just being for the culture during this time because this T.S. Madison shit is old. I'm definitely happy that what am I happy about T.S. Madison? I like T.S. Madison, I do. Um, I like her so much that I can't help but watch her, even though she frustrates me. Um, I'm not a Maddie mobber, because you know people that are that sort of thing, they just ride with you for whatever, and I don't. But I like her, and as a card-carrying member of the Alphabet Committee, it's nice to see somebody who's had a life that she's had be successful, and her be welcoming to helping other people along the way. You know what I mean? What frustrates me about Maddie, I would love to watch Maddie in the mornings because I just want to support it. But when she starts to singing, I don't. I turn it immediately goes off. A girl from the hood who is, on all counts, extremely business minded, but still so. You can't talk about when you made your first million and these $1 million checks and these people that you're putting on, but you still want to box people like that. Don't work for me. I do not come for the singing because she cannot sing, so I don't know. It's not. It annoys my soul. It annoys, and it's loud. I don't. I think about being on Madison's team. I could offer myself to Madison on many different levels, but when she would get to singing, I would have to leave because I can only imagine what it's like in person. And I have been around singers. My friends who sing. I can't be around that. But then, like I said too, that, and then she still wants to stay connected to this hood thing, and it's like and that's what I realized too, because she sat down with Mona, and I do love Mona, and I've been really aesthetic, and her voice and things like that. So she did that interview, well not interview, on Mona's podcast, Don't Call Me White Girl, and T.S. was talking about, where the fuck was I going with that? Fans, supporter, Mona. Where was I going with that? Either way, she still wants to connect to the hood. Her fans, that's what she was saying, her T.S. Madison being a card-carrying member. And let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all women this. You cisgender women. And I get, see this, I'm always thinking, and I get both sides. I get it. But there is a thing to understand. The gays talk the way they talk. White people talk the way they talk. Black people talk the way they talk. Spanish got their lingo. Everybody has a dialect, right? You're not going to go into another person's culture and dictate how they use their dialect. T.S. Madison was on Mona's show talking about how with her fans she had to regulate her term, the use of the word fish or tranny to be exact. Do not. And that, like, I don't know how famous that's why I got to love on y'all. Because I'm not going to get to a point now. Let me tell you like this. I'm not going to get to a point where I start to be boxed in by things that I've been done or the things that make me me. And especially when it comes to dialect. also when it comes to your opinion. But if T.S. Madison, who is trans and is passable trans, she has lived the life as a card-carrying member and also a trans individual to have the ability to share her words the way that she has shared her words for the 50 years she's been sharing her words that way. The fact that new people can be introduced to you and then start to dictate how you do things, I have a problem with that. Because the people that know me, just like I said, the people that know your pronouns and your things like that, those people that respect you understand. No, don't need no requirements. I don't need to put no limitations on it. I get it. But the problem is, like I said, the T.S. Madison singing and stuff like that, I'm not making no big deal about it. I tap in, I tap out. You know what I mean? I don't need to go on every stat or every post that she does these things and make a big deal about it. No. Because I can tap in and I can tap the fuck out. But for her to talk about how she had to regulate the use of her term fishy, which is a compliment in the community, and how and then first of all, the word tranny, period. We're crossing, people are getting involved in things that don't got no business being involved in. And that's on straight women. Because honestly, the straight men don't care. And that's whatever experience that you have with the men or with gay people on any level, that's on your experience. But that's on your experience. That doesn't mean that I then need to regulate my life to fit your experience. Because you can tap in and you can tap out. And of course, yes, you want the people to tap in. Yes, you want the people to not tap out. But what I value, when I have my solid 18 people in here, I value the fact that we can connect and we are aligned on respect. And you come for this, and I appreciate you for that, and we build this thing together. And not people coming in here and say, oh, I wish you do your hair. Oh, I wish you do that. And that's the thing. So people really say really nice things, and that's at this point right now, I don't have too much, and I'm thankful for that. But looking at where things go, and also to the wave and things, because the Chrissy videos, it's like that wave, and I don't know how TikTok does that, but the first wave is great. Oh, love the video, love Chrissy. So all this accolades, appreciation, adoration for me and Chrissy, me for making the content, people for Chrissy for living her life. But then that second wave hits of she's a this and she's a that, and I can't. That's why she's not married to him. And who are you? Why would you? You know what I'm saying? Those sorts of things. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I should not have to regulate my presence for the people that aren't even really like my solid. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. When she said that the fish, and like I said, fishy is a compliment. A trans woman, a real woman, cis woman, biological, whatever you want to call the terminology, she should feel empowered if a gay ever calls her fish. Because you look like, there's a way to break it down, but passable fish, it's good. It's a good thing. Because if you don't look good, and if you know a gay, the last thing you're going to do is call you gay. You can call you fish, you're going to call you something else. And that's on the read. So that's that. And then the word tranny, you don't know. And then I don't need you speaking for what you think somebody would be feeling. Like I told y'all before, the gay gays and the true gays and the things like that, they don't care about no he, she, me, we, they, them. Because this is a life I've been living. And I don't care what you call me, you just have to respect me. But it's the point where now we're at a point where people, well, I have to stand up for this, so I need you not to say this, because I don't want you to think, I don't want what you say to maybe offend this person. You're not that person. So I don't need you speaking on behalf of that person. Hey, Snuggly. You're not that person. So I don't need you coming on behalf of that person. And now you're not even being an ally, you're being a nuisance because you think what you're doing is credible. valuable. When all you're doing is stirring up, putting your spoon in a pot where it don't even belong. Those things blow my mind. I'm not ever talking about women and whatever happens in the bathrooms and whatever happens in the boardrooms. Now I can advocate. That's the thing too. I come to all women. Well, let me tell you. Like I told you, I do advocate for women. I advocate for women in my own way, in a very general yet effective space. Pay attention to women. They are the movers and the shakers. They run the world. If they would just empower each other, they would have the place. But also, we're in a patriarchy, and that's just where the world is. But I don't need to go into every place I go into. Charlie Red, welcome. I don't need to go into every place I walk into. Is every woman in here getting equal pay? Is everybody That's not my place. But if somebody were to come to me and say, hey, well, I need to ask a question, girl, I'm with you. You know what I mean? I'm with you there. On this intimate level, on this private situation. But I don't need to go out and run everybody through the mud. I don't need to run out and cause up and stir up all this stuff on the journal, because some women are fine where they are and some women don't, you know what I'm saying, don't want to stir up no trouble and, you know, that sort of thing. And it's great for support. It's great for the ally. But like the vernacular is really a thing. The dialect. But that's how everything is everything. Everybody gets involved in things. You don't have no place, no choice. The women screaming, don't use those words. Don't even be in the situation where, or even, like I was going to say too, if I'm in a conversation with my friends, let me say I'm with my gay friends, my Judys, my gang, my this, my that, and somebody video records me because I'm London Kelly and somebody records me out of the function or something like that. And I use the word F-A, you know, and now that gets on there and people tell me I could. That's like telling a black person you can't say who made potato salad. That's like telling a black person you can't say nigga. It's the same thing. So that's the same exact thing. Because I am, I can. And because I can, I do. Because the terminology is used differently. Just like telling a woman, you can't call another woman bitch. Who said? Tell me who said. But people want to get to canceling somebody. First of all, cancel culture, period. Are we even sitting and taking the time to understand people for the individuals that they are? Now, granted, some situations, I don't even think so. Let me tell you, the only wrong, but even still, I still love her. Star, you know how I'll be giving it up. Still love her. The one person I feel like has been canceled, drop down in the comments if you got somebody else been canceled that really just should be canceled. But it was Paula Deen. Now I love Paula Deen. She's a country cooker. I identify with her recipe. I'm into the vibe, right? It came out those years ago that she called one of her workers black, a nigga, or whatever. Canceled. Shows canceled. She was Kanye West back then. Everything pulled, okay? She bounced back. Because that's just what they do. Like I said, and that's the thing, that's how I know I don't be crazy, because I should stop saying that, because I know I'm not crazy. But this is how I know I'll be talking right, because as I'm talking, you guys know, everything kind of loops back around, and not even in the same way, but the points are still the same. Just like I said about the phone, if I've created this environment on my phone that I become acclimated to, that's how I live my life. I live my life thinking that everybody's phone, figuratively speaking, is in this font. If I come out of that environment, I then am liable to function in that same way and offend somebody. Okay? Paula Deen, who by all intents and purposes probably is around a lot of black people, but more so than being around black people, she was raised in an environment that treated black people a certain kind of way and referenced black people a certain kind of way, and on her phone, in her community, those things are fine. But in an interview, before she probably thought shit would hit the airfans and the airwaves and cancel culture, and if not, she's probably one of the first people to get canceled. That didn't come off well. But and I'm not condoning. I don't want to condone the word, but I'm also an advocate for us taking the power of the word back. Do not use the word, hey, Miss Sherry. Do not use the word in a derogatory way. And we've come so far, and the word has become so heavy that the word is not acceptable, depending on the person. Because it's like guys with black friends who probably do use the word, and it's okay with them because of do not use the word in a derogatory term. But I remember being in high school, and the girl, she was with her white friend. It was three of them. They were at the corner. It was the hallway and the long hallway. There was a hallway down the middle, and they were at this hallway corner right here. And I was coming down. I was cutting around them, and the one girl said it smelled like. She said it smelled like with the ER on it, and I doubled back because first of all, I had never heard that. I had never heard that. That it smelled like. Because what does that smell like exactly? So I doubled. I said, what exactly did you just say? She said, oh, no, I didn't say anything. I said, okay, I thought so. I'm not about to sit here and berate her for the words she used amongst her friends. And to that I say, how many times as black people do we say, oh, it smelled like, oh, it smelled like wet dogs and whatever. How many times do we say that? So I can't crucify one person. That's being hypocritical. I can't crucify one person for doing one thing. Don't use it as a derogatory term. People, that's the same thing with bitch. And apparently on Housewives of Beverly Hills, cunt is commonplace. But I think cunt cuts. You know what I mean? And that's why the ER, which was what got me, and what she said there was the ER, the emphasis. That's what cuts. But singing a song, which all these white people do, you know what I mean? They don't, only because they get around us do they think us as black people, or I got some white people in here, and shout out to you guys, it's all love, always. They sing them songs, they sing the damn rap songs, and they can't wait to do it in the privacy of their cars, the privacy of their homes, and their bedrooms, and the doors is closed. Or when they with their friends. They go to a little function, they singing the damn songs. Don't use it in a derogatory. If we take the part back and we just adjust that scale a little bit. I mean, we take some power right there, but they've always put us in a place that we can't take fucking power. We have to be a victim of something. It goes back to what I said, you guys. It always comes back together with like the Trayvon Martin thing. Trayvon Martin was beating his ass, and he said, okay, I gotta shoot him, and I shoot Trayvon Martin, okay, that's the thing. And then the story comes on that Trayvon Martin was aggressive and he was defending himself, things like no, but the story was Zimmerman sought him out and shot him because he was a black man in the thing. Why we couldn't be the aggressor and set the tone? Don't you try this again. You know what I mean? That's the thing. We definitely will make, yes, 100, and that's it right there. If we move differently, we'll get a more respectful result. We'll get a result. It'll be different because it's different, and change is constant. But change is hard for some people to get back into the rhythm of, to acclimate to. But there's no progression in comfort, and they have this comfort that they're presenting to us, that they're offering to us, is not the kind of comfort that they have. you're supposed to be comfortable working your 9 to 5 job and saying yes or no certain things. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. And if you try to do this, then you'll be just as successful in things like that. Or you won't be as successful, and you'll be met with these restrictions and stuff. Let me tell you this. I talk about women in general, but black people, the power, the abilities of this melanin and whatever, how that affects us overall, to be like, oh yeah, I'm a victim of nothing, and I'm preaching to myself. A victim of nothing. If you equip yourself with information. Welcome to the Kelly Collective. I thought about that as I got older. I was like, how am I being so mad about? But it's all in the context. Like I'm not gonna sit and worry myself with white people rap songs. When I went to actually it was my sister who had went to a Jay-Z concert, and she was talking about how it was more white people at the Jay-Z. It was Jay-Z. Was it Jay-Z and Nas? Went to that concert, and it was more white people there than black people, and they were singing every word. And I know what you meant by every word. So that was that, and this was years ago, obviously, concert. That is when I was just like, okay, then first of all, the word is what you give it, but it's all in how you use it. Hey bitch, you a bitch, shut up bitch, can all be said in different ways. And they, all in different ways. They can all be said, those same phrases the same way in love, and they can all be said the same way in disrespect. But if you're around the right people, that's how you listen. That's how me and my friend is. We all bitch, 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 you bitch, 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 bitch. Did you say? It's always, we don't say each other's names. And that's just how we are. Even with the F word. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't use that the same way. But it's a point of reference. It's a use of reference. Yes. Crowd all white people. And if they just want us to be upset, or even the thing with them to be scared, because that's something for them to be scared. First of all, we don't want anybody to be fearful. But obviously, it's more comfortable for black people to live in fear than white people, because the white people, oh, I'm scared to say this, and oh, I'm scared to say that. So now we're doing all this moving and shucking and jiving and things like that, acclimating to people because they're not used to the word, or they don't want to hear the word. But it's not your word, and you don't have to use it. And if you don't want to hear it, exit out the damn chat. You know what I mean? In life. Don't leave me. But that, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. And that's, I mean, all that has come with being older, and also too being a card-carrying member of the Alphabet Committee. A lot of the things you struggle with a lot. I mean, a lot of people struggle with a lot of things. And life hits people in a lot of different ways. But let me tell you, as a black gay man with his own ideas and opinions, you know, so you met with a lot of resistance. From your opinions, to the way you look, to the things you say, to who you screwed, who you love, all those, you know what I'm saying? All those things come into question by somebody else who has nothing to do. I've never fallen in love with anybody that berated me. You know what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't. You know, it's not that. You're not that involved. I've never gone out to dinner. Sure, you go out to dinner with haters, yeah, and you work with haters. But you know what I mean? It's like you're not that involved. And this the phrase that those that matter don't mind, and those, I always get it mixed up. Those that matter don't mind, and those that don't mind matter. Those that mind, here we go. Those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. Those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. Truer words have never been spoken, even if I had to say it 15 times. But you learn, you learn those things depending on how you, because people grow up in great homes, great situations, and then support, love, the ability to be free, you know what I mean, live your life, and then they grow up and do things, or even people grow up in environments where, okay, we're creating the doctor, we're creating the physicist, we're creating the author, the chess players, a TikTok video, I think, and said, or what movie was that? Either way, dad wanted his kids to be chess players, and he raised them in chess. We play chess, do chess, think chess, do chess, all the things. Beyonce, Matthew, and Tina raised her to be a performer. You know what I mean? So you're raising those situations to be those things, and then you don't worry about who don't matter, don't mind, because you know your purpose. That's what life is about too, finding the purpose and the goal. Everything comes into play. Things become a factor in the whole situation, and that kind of affects maybe the way you go about your goal. But honestly, if you can recognize it and you move on in it, you get to get it every time. Especially recently, when I get on lives, they've been so fruitful. The lives have been so fruitful, and the engagement has been so positive and encouraging, and the community being built. As I sit on this other side of you guys' screen, it's like, maybe I don't feel like it, but I have to get out of, and that's because I recognize the purpose. But my purpose has never been about me, unfortunately. Well, not that the type of way, but I've always been hair, makeup, advice, you know what I mean? Always been for the people, you know what I mean? So, those sorts of things. But you live and you learn, and that's only if you put yourself in a position to be open to the information that could come to you. Welcome to the Kelly Collective. So that's that on that. That's that on that. Did I say something? Did I make sense? Hopefully, I do hope and pray it had made a bit of sense. To that point, if I'm gonna bring it all the way back around, these celebrities, and I think about this too. Like when Tupac died, and they said, he's in Cuba. Now hold on now, Matthew, Joe, and Maddie, yeah. 100%. To bring it around, as far as like these celebrities and things like that, they all have a goal. Like that's what I was saying. They say, when Tupac died, he's sitting in Cuba somewhere. And then if you want to call them conspiracy theories, the world is this size and it's a whole nother level to the world. People live whatever. Who's to say these celebrities even die? Well, especially like Tupac and, let's say, Takeoff and Biggie, Coolio. Those sorts of, I don't know if these people even really die. I mean, that's really off the spectrum. But the celebrities all have a purpose. You're not famous. I don't think you're famous until they find the purpose. You're not on a notable level until they find a place for you. You know what I mean? Until the stars start to align and, you become a factor. That's just the industry. That goes back into the other video that I had. Like I said, my videos I just don't make silly things, and that's, I'm not getting into that, but don't make too many silly videos. I like views now. I need the views because they push the business, obviously. It's a business, as you know. But there's something into it. The videos with these related people, The fact that everybody's related, that's no coincidence. The fact that presidents from 400 years ago are related to people that are on your TV screens today, that's no coincidence. That video, and then the video I did with Beyonce, from her Acadian roots to being Creole. Beyonce is Italian. That's an Italian woman. And if it weren't for that slave grandmother, she wouldn't have the bit of color that she got now. And it ain't from Matthew. No, I agree. There's a lot of it is, but also too, it's about your it's definitely with your algorithm, because my algorithm is very much so. You want to build a business? Here's what you do to build a business. So it's about the algorithm, and I'm thankful for that, because I have started blocking videos as soon as you better get you one of these. I block the video. I don't want to hear that, and I do not want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore, because it's entertaining, and maybe that's the thing with the apps. Then you take TikTok back to Vine days, and Vine was about being catchy and funny in about 3 seconds and a half. So that's all that, and I get that. But no, I don't want to. And like I said, then she set up on Bigo and get this money from these people because they just like her damn thing. And I don't know if that's like Kanye talking about the Jews. Not that I don't know that lady from Adam, Eve, or Lilith, okay? But I know I take a little bit more caution in my videos and my intention to put out these products, other than saying, oh, there's no jingle or whatever, and then that goes fucking a million times viral around the world. Or even that TikTok pushes my video about Chrissy, which people think I'm being mean about her or something like that, which is not my intention in that video, other than other things. Like when I talked about monkeypox months ago, that sort of thing. Even that guy, I don't even watch that. I don't watch none of the shows, but I seen him on TikTok asking people for money. Well, what is Cash App up there? You just got a whole check from, why is you getting on TikTok putting your Cash App up there? And what do the people do? Give them cat money? What they do? Loads and loads of gifts? Don't need nothing. Well, it depends. If you get a blue check, do you make money? Because I feel like I'll get a blue check once I get 1 million likes. Because I have as many followers as some people with blue checks, but they usually have about 1 million likes. So I'm almost there. And I mean, when you're in the business, you want to reach those milestones. And if on Vine or Twitter, you get a blue check and then you're getting paid from that. I don't know, dues. It's like homeowners association. You pay your dues. Any organization you're paying your dues. So that's that. That's that with that. That's where that is. But yeah, I started blocking those. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want. And no. I don't want to see it. Like I said, there's no shade towards that lady. God bless her and all her endeavors and everything she do. Okay, but do she got an opinion? Do she got any real talent for people to just be throwing this money at her? And I'm sitting there worried about having y'all subscribe to something. I'm like, okay, so what I gotta line this up, map this out, and do this thing, lay out the makeup, put the thing. Can a lady do makeup? Child, it's a struggle. All I have to say is a struggle. And whatever, I don't know who she related to, like I said, you're not famous or whatever. But even still, this like element of fame, like YouTube, for example, people were famous on YouTube, and then that YouTube thing kind of trickled over into like a more mainstream thing, where Jackie Aina is doing videos with Naomi Campbell, and then she's at an event with Naomi Campbell and taking pictures with Janet Jackson. You know what I mean? So that kind of segues into that, but she's famous from YouTube, and not for doing anything else but doing makeup, and Jackie get to talking her talk and stuff like that. Patrick Starr from his business savviness, you know, and creating products that are successful and things like that, creating quality products that are successful. Same thing with Jeffree Star. He's got a lot of business around him that, but they're famous from YouTube for just providing these things. On TikTok, I just don't know. I just don't know. But that goes back into that boy, the guy from whatever show, the dating show that was on, the boy with the wheelchair or something. I don't know. Now they're on YouTube. They're on the TikToks and the things. And like I said, there's no hate or nothing. But but the people have to follow it. So I don't know. That's why I said building the following, open to the growth. But we're kind of growing in a different direction. Ooh, thank you. Hey, Holly. Hey, Holly, thank you. Thank you, hey, Eddie. What you said, you just don't like the notion. I think that's what you're saying, that we have to have some actual talent or something people feel is of worth to be valuable or to be paid. From the business side, I understand the point that people could generate money. I mean, it's all about the money. There are subscriptions to this app, our downloading of this app is a bottom line. You know what I mean? I think YouTube is the same way. You subscribe to the thing, and also YouTube fit the niche or fill the void, or the pending void of, not the void, the transition between people watching TV and then people having TVs on their phones. That's where YouTube came into that. And then because of things like YouTube, then these little apps like Vine and stuff like that, where people, now they're banking on people's attention spans to need to absorb and respond and subscribe to these 3, 6, 5 second videos and get whatever they can get out of that, you know? My thing is, to some degree you have to provide something. And that's like the Kardashians. The Kardashians provide a lifestyle and experience. I've never questioned why the Kardashians were famous, because I subscribed to that, to their purchasing, whatever they were presenting for me to purchase. I subscribed to that. The aesthetic, the lifestyle, Hollywood, a family, the business. Especially in the earlier days. And these, like I said, now things have changed. But I subscribed to that. I didn't need them to dance and sing or even be politically sound or anything like that, which all are kind of the things now. But that's not what I needed from them, because that was a break from other things. You know, that I gathered my information from multiple places. I didn't need that on the Kardashians because I can get that in other places. So that's what they were selling. Now we're at a point that people have to be, especially people of color. This is where I'm at. People of color have to be making a literal fool of themselves, or not be worth much of nothing than just one line, for them to get any type of backing, any type of sort of thing. I would love a Gorilla Glue ad campaign. I love a salad from DeBella's or Subway. Give me the Subway ad. Sit out here, and that's the thing. And that's as I build my people, as the family continues to grow, those types of things all come into fucking play. People want to see me out eating, drinking. People want to see me out getting my hair done, doing anything, like, you know, things like that. And all of that stuff begets the money and the generation and things like that. But because I don't, now let me tell you this, that was a big video but the video of me waxing my face, it's the pain. That's one of the main videos that got the most It's the only video that has the most duos and the duets and the thing, you know what I'm saying, those sorts of things. I had to put myself in pain to do that. But if you sit here and say some type of, share your opinions and be effective and things like that, then it's like, oh, I don't know. Or your videos where it's like I said, talking about monkeypox before it became a big thing and things like that. And it's like, oh, I'm never gonna do that. And that's kind of the growing pains, I guess. So I'm all for that. Like I said, I'm passionate in the moment, but I overall get it. That's just who I am. But I don't want to think, and that's the thing, like, I'm not, back to the F word, I don't want to get on here and ooh, child, boo, y'all, because first of all, that's not me. Second of all, I don't like to be around people who do that all day. And I don't want that to be the thing people think I need to be another one, thank you, or in a wig, and all that's fine, and there's no shade to none of them people. But that's not, but that is what is required for even for you to even be put on somebody's radar. Of all the voice, of all the things, of all the videos, the multiple videos that people get into the comments and say, and this is not since I got on here, but people have always said, your voice, you're this, you're these things. Do I then need to make an ass of myself to officially get the call from, I don't know, from somebody, from a movie company or a credit card company or somebody, like, okay, can you do the voiceover for, that sort of thing, when obviously the proof is in the fucking pudding. I got a nice catalog of work that covers a lot of different things, except me making a fool of myself. Would I do porn? That's a different story. But that's even still there. Now I got to go on the OnlyFans or whatever. You know what I mean? When I just can't be received and received and compensated for my professional approach. Controversial. Now, if I got on here and started talking about the people, like dragging the people, one, they probably suspend me for hateful speech, but I probably have 1,000 people in the room. I don't want to do that. That's not. Listen, because if I start, first of all, if I read you, I don't need to see you, and I'm never going to talk about you again. If I read you, you are a non-motherfucking factor, because I don't care that much. So if you get to me to the point I need to read you down, and it would be you are another. After that is done, it's never discussed again. That was the thing on Bigo. Bigo wants you to sit and berate. Like, first of all, why are we functioning in that negativity? That's low vibrational. Okay, we high vibrational here. Why are we functioning in that negativity? Why are we encouraging and why are we endorsing that? The one boy hosts the rooms. All he do is host the rooms for people to do the fuck shit. And people pay him. I would love the ease. I would. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. But that's not me. That would bother me. I'm bothered enough making sure I present these videos in a way that are insightful, enlightening, and entertaining, than to sit and be like, oh, I'm responsible for 15 guys, girls, thems, and theys getting read for filth. Somebody, like, I don't, like, that's not entertaining to me, but that's what they encourage, and that's not it. So I guess just continue on what you're doing. I got to just continue on what I'm doing. Do I think Nicki will finally win the Grammy? Is this what all this is about? Is because she don't got no Grammys? With her down at the damn at that performance, rolling around on the ground, throwing her legs up in the air, I would hope that she get a Grammy out of that, making a fool out of herself. Because at the end of the day, that's what Cardi do. Cardi stripper hoe. She throw her legs up and do those things. Now you sitting out there acting like a girl you won't even acknowledge. So I would hope she would get a Grammy out of that. Who's Tessa? Oh, the what you call it, girl? That's the same damn thing. It's the same thing in the sense that, well, shit, Tessa, she went through it more, so hopefully she would get more out of it. All the salad lady said was, oh, it's a fucking chicken salad. Hang it up. Yeah, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I would hope that she did. I would hope that she get everything she's looking for, acting the way that she acted. I would hope that she did. But even still, that's like back. Even like what I'm saying is like Nikki feel like she got to do these things. The things that she does is not enough. A lyricist. There's nothing you could take if you could strip Nikki down, but you cannot take her lyrical ability away. But that is not what's being recognized. She's being encouraged to be out here and do these things. Marry this controversial man, have a kid that she don't even want to be with. Both of them, she don't want to be with neither one of them. And you want to know how I know that? Back to always, I talked about that recently. When you see Cardi with them kids, you know Cardi be with them kids. You know she be on them kids and them kids sleeping that bed with her at night. Nikki don't be on them. Because she's sitting there trying to do all these things to make sure she can get to where she want to get to, at the cost of what she really want to do. It'll probably be some news that leak from me, and then people like, "Oh, that's London Kelly," and now everybody's the 2 million followers, and now people come. Like I said, now I'm the target of TikTok. But people follow me, and now you know what I'm saying. Now I would not have to, but the expectation is that I would walk down this freak lane when I've been providing this, amongst other things. Y'all know I do a menagerie of things. But it's not even about her being a 40-year-old woman. She's a 40-year-old woman. She's a woman in the industry. And she came into the industry, I always say this, she came into the industry in a way that she did not want to, that she did not think she would be in the industry at all. And as opposed to laying there and dying, she said, okay, I'll go out there and I'll shake my ass and I'll throw my legs up and I'll do these things. Because I want to get a Grammy. I want to be recognized on this level. Because that's where she is. That's her only option. That's her only option. Nicki Minaj don't make it to next year without doing these things. She never wanted to be Little Kim. Little Kim didn't even want to be Little Kim. They both had, in that they're very much similar in that sense. They're very much the same woman. Very much so, the same character. Well, yeah, you made a choice. And I mean, now we're going back into what slavery. But yeah, you make the choice to get to the level that you want to get to, or even stay where you at. You make the choice to get out down there and dance, to stay current, to get your name in the news, or to get your picture on the front page or something for people to talk about this. That's the game. That's the game. Her and Little Kim very much started with the same. Kim did it with Vicky. Nicki did it with Tumchi. The whole thing. I'm gonna spit like this. They switched it up. I'm gonna look like this. They switched it up, and over the years have morphed into versions of themselves that are virtually unrecognizable to the women that they were before they entered the game. Well, that's the thing. That's Nicki on her natural talent, is that she'll never not be Nicki Minaj because of she has the fans. She has fans that respect her lyrical ability, and I think that will always hold her in place. And just because Nicki is successful, that don't mean Lotto and Gloria and Doja Cat can't be successful. The whole time she's been there, and when she sat down with Joe Budden talking about these the awards are set up like this and they're run by these people and they become the standard of how successful you are, when they would never compare a man that way, that was her angle in the conversation. But that don't mean you don't want him. That don't mean you don't want him. Especially when these girls is coming up, and that's the thing about fame. The price of fame. So okay, well I gotta do a little bit of this. I gotta do a little bit of that, just to keep. When she should really just be sitting somewhere like Cardi B is, but Cardi does a lot of shucking and jiving herself in her own way. Cardi's body is. I love Cardi, but that body she rocking with right now is not like how I don't I don't know. That's I don't need no fame. Just a couple sponsorships, brand deals. Cause I don't know how I would be at an influencer party. I'd be at the bar or at a booth, drinking and looking. I don't need. Cause I'm nice. I'm not friendly. I'm friendly, but I'm not nice. But that's where we are. And I mean, every woman does it. Every woman does it, and everyone will do it. Like that's how like Janelle Monáe was. Janelle Monáe came out suited up down to the top button on a collared blouse. I don't need to show my body, and now she be half naked, ready to go. Her. I don't want to do the big glasses in the hair because I want people to see me for my talents. You don't see her too much anymore, and when you do see her, she's gonna be half naked. She's gonna be half naked because that's where we are. That's kind of the blueprint for any woman to be. Even everybody's favorite Beyonce. She said, "This natural bootylicious body I had back in the early 2000s ain't cutting it." Drop the bags in, pump this ass up. Because when they look at them, I need to be on the same level. And it's not even about being. It's like it's the same damn level. Cardi's hips and ass is astronomical now. Because she's happy in her lane of fame. I agree with that. Being authentic. Like I said, I could go nudes drop. People want me to be naked, regardless of my journalistic abilities. But if the news drop, oh no, you got to be. Or if I read somebody one time in the comment section, oh dude. Those are the exciting bits in entertainment that keep you interesting. Just like everybody, they love and I'm sitting here and talked about the lady that damn 15 million times. But it's that entertaining bit, and however it dissects it and interprets that, puts it in the video, or whatever the case may be. Distractions. My thing is how she can sit and monetize off that when she don't have. I hate to go to somebody's page I hate to go to somebody's page. The video got 1 million likes on it, 12 million views, 400 followers. Other videos done got over 300 views. That gets very personal to me. But I understand. But indie still, and the thing is, indie still needs to get played on the radio. And if you're not getting the big backing, then you're doing the shucking and jiving to getting the funding, because then you still need money. So now you're in the pockets in a backdoor kind of way and not being completely manipulated. You know what I mean? I need you to sing on this track. I need you to perform at this function. I need you to whatever. As opposed to y'all control your stuff. But now, you get $2 million. Ain't no such thing as a free lunch. And that's with fame, because now you put your music up for free. You know what I'm saying? You have all these ways to reach the people. I don't need to sell out a stadium, and I don't need to sell 1 million albums. Everybody, if you release music, you want 1 million albums. Just like give me at least 2,000 views, okay, on my videos, at least 2,000. Which is small considering I'm almost at 45. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you want to reach those moments as a creator, period. Artists want their pictures to sell. Authors want their books to be sold. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to reach the moments because they want the reach. But you don't always have to go the mainstream route, getting the big backing of the big company, because those come with obligations, requirements, restrictions, tweakings, and things like that. But it's like, well, shit, if I could do it like Nicki, Cardi. Cardi said, if I don't ever have to go back to Harlem again or the Bronx again to live full time, if I can go into a store and buy whatever I want or have whatever I want, I'm fine doing these things. And that's the difference between Nicki and Cardi. Did I say that? Did I say Cardi? Because that's what I said. That's what I mean. Cardi, if she, if she don't have to go back to the Bronx, if she can go into the store, you're gonna give me a man that's not gonna make me look too foolish. You give me a man that's making money and doing the things too, that we look good together. I'm all for that. Pump my body up. You give me Erica, you give me Colin, you give me Tokyo. I'm gonna look great. I'm all right. I share my opinions every now and then. All that was all strategic as well too. Because do you not think she should have some opinions on this current climate of the political season? So there's that with that. But that's what that is. Support the page, share the live, subscribe to the subscriptions, because eventually I'll just be going live for my subscribers. It's a more intimate community, More intimate than this? I don't know. But intimate in the sense that it's not shared with everybody. We'll get in there. We could spend all day. You guys can control the narrative yourselves. Let me know what you guys want to see on the lives and stuff like that. And I'll tailor those things towards your interest and your desires. Because that's just what I do as a content creator. Mediatarian. The London Kelly. Is there any... I did want to go over what you call it. Should we do this real quick? Or should I just wait until next time? Oh, fuck. I did want to go over in these damn Halloween costumes. Okay, the money. I don't need you. I don't need 15 different. I don't know how I feel about that, but also that's what we're saying about putting out the content that's entertaining and that people want to see. Um, I don't need 15 million costumes. I don't. Yeah, just give me one good one. Because then it's like, I mean, it's nothing. Regular people. Also, too, I like Cher, the girl. She did. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, and that is probably not new, but it was fun and different. And she should get the support of some. She was black, so I try to do the things to get her to where she need to go as a black content creator, or even for her video, whatever. But she was Mary J. Blige, and her little baby was a lamb, and I think as I say it out loud, I think I've seen that like maybe last year or so on Facebook or something like that. But even still, and then as one and done, Kylie with all these costumes and Nicki, and it's just like. Because now y'all put all this production, and granted that you put all these people to work, sure. Calling them, they got a nice check, whatever. But like, who cares? Who cares? Even waiting for Heidi Klum's ass. I waited for Heidi Klum. Oh, I usually do. I'm always on Halloween. I'm refreshing the stage just to see because she set the stage. She says, "Oh, she's the queen of Halloween. There's nobody that does Halloween like Heidi Klum at all." So I do be anxious to see her every year, see what she's gonna give. But waited all these hours for you to be a fucking worm, and you have to appreciate detail to appreciate that worm costume. But girl, it's a worm. I'm sitting there trying to figure out what a worm got to do with the timing, and if Heidi Klum does these costumes that fit where she's at the time. Do she feel old? Do she feel do she feel sexy? Do she feel like a character? You know what I mean? So that sort of thing. I think the Nick Cannon costumes are funny with all the kids popping out. But things like that. The celebrities who just show up and sit in a chair for a couple hours, as opposed to somebody like Heidi Klum, and that's why I give her just due, because that's months of planning, and then she sits in the chair for at least 12 hours. You know what I'm saying, and gets the job done. So that's why I give her just due. I wish somebody black would do something like that, so I could give them their just due, or somebody else of color, whatever, if that's a conversation. But these. Especially with all the special effects, like when I didn't give it, I gave it to Lizzo and not Chloe. Chloe put on a costume. She stood in front of a green screen, and somebody took a picture and did all that shit in post. Lizzo sat and got green, you know what I mean, and threw the thing on and things like that. You got to give credit where the energy was. Also, Diddy as well, who probably prepared for that moment. Probably all year, gassing himself up and trying to figure out what drugs to take, allegedly, to stay in that vein, or even allow that character that Mason and talk about to realize itself in the form of a Halloween costume as the Joker, as the drag. And then I seen Charlemagne. The men just seem like they just couldn't wait to put on a wig. Charlemagne was Beetlejuice. Hold on, let's do it real quick because I got all the pictures, and that's the thing too about the lives. First-hand things. Glasses off. Pictures up. Here we are with this. This is the first one. And I got to... First, like I said, Kenneth looked like he going to the damn Trader Joe's. Completely opposite. Completely opposite. Oh boy, what's his name in the thing? It been in his How You Doing era. Um, what's his? I can't think of his name. The actor from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Plaid shirt and khakis. You couldn't even get him a plaid shirt. He literally looked like he just came from the store, the liquor store, Trader Joe's, Target, something. Nikki gussied up. The baby, and he did the baby's hair. Now you about to put him up on a picture. You don't want to tell us his name, but you don't want to do his hair either. Rick Moranis. Plaid shirts. Couldn't even get the man a plaid shirt. And shorts, I think. Get him in character, but the goddamn glasses. Don't make him no more civilized. Let it go. The poor baby. Cute as he is. Y'all couldn't get a fresh twist? He couldn't get a fade? I don't know. Moving on. And then, like I said, I have to, down in this same picture, apparently down in this corner here, he got on a damn ankle bracelet. Nikki keep her street credit with a man with a damn ankle monitor on? Get out of here. Get out of here. Effects. Moving on. But should I do Heidi? This is what Heidi gave, since I just talked about her. A catch, and this is what I said. Maybe do Heidi base her costumes on how she's feeling, because she just got with this guy. She just married him. So now, do she feel like a catch? You know what I mean? And the level of detail and like it is unmatched. It is unmatched. I'm sure if you don't know about Heidi, if you don't know it's Heidi Wing, then I just don't know where you are. And maybe you're too young, and maybe you're too old. I just don't know where you at. Here I go being ageist again. Because Heidi, for years and years and years and years and years, been knocking Christmas. She has the best Jessica Rabbit costume I ever seen. She became Jessica Rabbit. Nobody else do it like Heidi Klum. So I appreciate, I understand. And like I said, I'm trying to read into it as to, do she feel like these things when she creates these costumes? Like I said, she just married this man, love of her life. She'd been naked with him in Germany doing the things, and then he hooked her, you know, so that sort of thing, you know. So that's what Heidi did. And then just the close up, and I did just the close up for the detail. The close up for the detail. Moving on. Effects. This. Marge Simpson was a fan favorite for both Lizzo and Cardi B. Apparently, Cardi B's body is just ridiculous. I watched a video where Tokyo was putting that wig together. Time and effort. Erica LaPro on the outfit. Colin Carter on the Erica LaPro on the makeup. Colin on the outfit. Dusting off her Grammy, which is shady. Is she being shady? I don't have Nicki Minaj's picture as Cinderella because I didn't like the ass out part about it. Because now we're just doing too much. We're just doing too much. So that's what Nicki did. I mean, this is what Cardi did. And then this is Rick and Morty. I don't know what she got on the television. No, I don't know who the doctor is, and that's the thing too. Shout out the doctor. But the doctors, they don't need, like, they could use any more clients because they all use the same people. Well, like I said too, they use those, you know, alphabet grade surgeons, you know, pay top dollar, so everything is seamless and, you know, the person is credible. But that's my opinion. That's what Cardi did. Is it? I honestly prefer Lizzo's. This is what Alicia did. I'm not, you know, Dragon Ball Z, I ain't watched Dragon Ball Z since I was about 12. So I'm not exactly sure what that's given her and Swiss. But I know this is probably the most makeup I've seen her in the past 5 years. So I wonder if her skin broke out. But that's what she did. Nothing too major. Swiss's whites ain't white. It's nice to see her with makeup on. This is like, this is probably the most makeup she's had on in years. At least that I've seen her in. Here goes Charlemagne right here. As is that the Crow, the wrestler, or is it Edward Scissorhands? Let me see. Let me take the thing off. Oh, can y'all see that face detector thing? Because that's in the way. But that's what Charlamagne did. Couldn't wait to put him a wig on and give the people something like that to look at. This I loved. Love this. I don't know what this is. The Stink from WWE, that's what I meant. And he did? No, that was the Crow. Either way. Love this. This was excellent work. Seisha. I think this is Seisha. Did the makeup. Love this. She looked, this was just so good. This was just so good. No, like she probably looked like this in person. You know what I mean? Not too much special effects. Karrueche as this character, you know, superstar, thanks to Beyonce, that sort of thing. Love this, even though she got her titties out. It is what it is. Effects. Here go Terrence. He was giving it up for not one thing. Except this picture of Beyonce. I don't even know if that's an old picture, but the people are saying that Beyonce went as Jocelyn, but apparently she was invoking someone else. Let me see if I can find that. But this is Terrence. He was giving Austin Powers vibe. I appreciate this because I loved it. Austin Powers and his own little take on the. Well, they're not even fembots. They're more like cheerleader, schoolgirl cheerleaders, which is kind of creepy. No, but I like his costume. Like I said, these men couldn't wait to put on these wigs. This young lady here, I can't think of her name. But you would think this is Grace Jones right here. You would think. You would think. But it's not. Y'all know her name? She looks so good. If I'm gonna give it to somebody for effect, it's definitely this young lady here. Cynthia Gitanga. Amazing. I don't know if TikTok gonna ban me for that, because honey, that's took us, okay? This little boring ditty here, I can't believe she took a moment and said, I'm gonna dress up for Halloween and wear something in the closet. I can't find the damn picture. It's just not. It's not Halloween. This is an event. This is a cultural event. You could wear this in July, whenever Carnival is in March or something. You could wear it. I just don't know why she went simple like that. I really appreciated this moment with Winnie Harlow and Patrick Starr. Winnie looks great. I love how she's so confident in the skin that she's in. Handpicked by Tyra, she was. Patrick looks great as Ursula. It's a cute little moment, and it's a nice nod to Black Ariel. She just, that face. It's that face. sitting, okay? Oh my god, photos. It's only gonna be the one damn picture. Either way. So I did love that from her. Kelly killed it. She looks really good here. She actually looks like Jada Pinkett Smith to me in this picture. Kelly's interpretation or rendition of Catwoman. Sometimes I do feel like too, in these characters for Halloween, the people are auditioning for positions. I do feel like that. Because Kelly as Catwoman, obviously, you can see it now. You can't unsee it. Also, besides that other young lady, Sky Jackson. Child. Sky Jackson? Honey. Sky fucking Jackson. Listen. Ms. Jackson, if you know. So good. So good, so effectful. Don't need nothing else. And I don't mind, for me, taking the one character and like I don't need you to be in multiple things. Like this right here and doing these eras of Janet or these looks of Janet, especially this one, really. You know, I love a good aesthetic. And her face is giving what needs to be given right there. Love that, love that, love that. Here go Heidi is. Nobody's ever done anything like that. That's Kim's old body. I can't, you know, that's the thing. You know, Beyonce does feel whatever. Well, and Cardi got to be going to the same surgeon, right? Kelly, that was beautiful. Demita Joe. But those are the things Halloween did. If I didn't show it, I didn't like it. How about that? If I didn't show it, I didn't like it. Or maybe I didn't see it, because sometimes, like, I was just waiting for everything to fall into one place as it does, but you really have to search. You either got to follow everybody, or you have to search for it. But if I didn't show, I feel like I did a pretty good searching of at least the people in my realm. And to show their, I mean, nobody really did bad. I think I saw Hallie too. I think it was Hallie who did Lola Bunny, but I mean that's not really. You didn't do the body and the bunny tail and the thing. You just stood in front of the thing. So that sort of thing. And I love Lola Bunny. I love female animated female characters. And Lola Bunny is definitely one of them. I was a big Space Jam fan. But yeah, like I said, if I didn't show it, I didn't like it. And I just showed you guys these ones, so I won't do the video. You guys got my take. But Heidi in this, like, people do Jessica Rabbit. Some people do Jessica Rabbit and don't even get the reds right. Heidi went and got the lids, okay? Went and got the lids together. So sickening. And the boobs, like that body. The money she puts into these costumes alone. The money, and then like she don't wear them again. Money spent. I'm sure she gets sponsored. This year was sponsored by Amazon, so I'm sure Amazon paid for that. And whoever's on these step and repeats here, I'm sure paid. Because she does, you know. I mean, back in the day when she was doing it with Seal, she was coming through with the costumes. But that's my Heidi praise. I think I'm the only one praising Heidi. But that's that. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna cook some chicken. I should do cooking. because I saw the video where the girls put the chicken drumsticks, the big ones, through the oven racks, so they was dangling. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna make some greens. Heidi Ween is a thing. It's the thing. It's the moment. She is the icon. I would love to see Wendy come out and do something. Like if you were just set up in that robe all day, you could just, I don't know, give us a Elizabeth Taylor vibe or something. You know what I'm saying? Before you leave. On Sherry Shepherd's show, I mean, they're pushing it. They're pushing it because they double down on Sherry. And Sherry's reliable, but they double down on her. There's nothing else. There's nothing there. A time slot that was already built in for people. I mean, that's Wendy's time slot. So people are already built in to watch that time, you know? And Sherry is a relatable character because she came from The View. And the people that watch The View watch Wendy and are slotted to watch TV at that time. Is there anything dynamic happening on that program? Absolutely not. And that's she got good guests because, and I always take that back to when Monique was on TV and how they pushed Monique to do the show, and Monique had good guests, but it was the overall vibe of the show was bad. Meanwhile, Wendy was struggling for years and years and years to get quality guests, but the quality of the show was good. So that's what that is. She's going to continue to get good guests. For Halloween, she did Bridgerton. Hair was laid. TB, the hairstylist. And she had Cynthia and somebody else on there. That was Bridgerton, the little thing. And, you know, Wendy did Halloween big too. So of course Sherry had to do Halloween, not because Wendy did, but you know, Wendy made a big deal about Halloween. The few things, holidays especially, that she made a big deal of. Halloween was one of them. So another reason why Wendy should have came out and did something. But fingers crossed. But yeah. And Jennifer Hudson too. She got Nicole Schlesinger on there. Again, asking her if she can do any vocal interpretations or mimics or what do you call that? Of anybody else. And it's like, girl, you didn't call me on here to sing. Because if you did, let me bring the band and bring me the mic. Because I just don't. Nothing else. I just don't know. Every time somebody come on there, she wants somebody to sing. Shangela was on there singing. I'm sure she had fucking Sherry Lee Ralph on there singing. Like, girl, this ain't a singing show. You gave up that seat over at Spin the Chairs Around. Well, people built in, and now they're giving these black people these things. So black people should be happy because they got these black women on these programs. Because Jennifer is in Ellen's slot, so people are, you know, pegged to be in that slot. Look like I got a sty or something. So spin the chairs around, turn the wigs around. But and yeah, that's what that is. And they want us, you know, Queen Latifah that was quality programming. Not because she had good guests, but because she was a good host. And the overall vibe of the show was great. I did like Queen Latifah's show too. And I also like Bethany's show. Because Bethany brought herself to the show. And I liked it then. I don't like Bethany the TikToker, but I like Bethany the businesswoman and the friend of, you know, I like Bethany. But those shows don't last long because they make space for these types of things. You know, all those shows failed, so Kelly Clarkson's show could thrive. And obviously, Queen Latifah and Bethany have gone on to do bigger and better things. But that it created a space for Kelly Clarkson, who was an unsuspecting host, to come on and do that and be, so good. Well, I mean, of course she would be good at it because she's just personable that way, Southern charm. But for the show to be a success, like to be the daytime talk show staple, and to have the guests and have the environment and everything like that. So that's what that is. Sherry, I don't know. I don't know how long it'll last. If I was a betting man, the number 5 is upon me. And I don't know if that's 5 months or 5 years. 5 seasons or whatever. But we'll see. And even still, Sherry will then segue into something else. Who knows? Who knows? Parlay that into something else, as you should. But like I said, they just filling a slot, filling a spot. Meanwhile, here I am. So if they're looking and listening, I'm open to it. Especially when they pull me out of wardrobe and somebody's gonna give me a light dusting in the morning and press this hair at night, or bump it in the daytime. 100%. But we'll see. I mean, we can get to a place. I mean, but that's where we are with these podcasts and stuff. The podcasters are hosting. Even like Mona, her she went from like the single chair podcast moment to now she's lined it up. She's got the hosts and the couch. She's got the guests and the couch and the things like that. So. We might just have Sherry and them up there just to signify, but then that's, again, too, they use black people to signify like the end of something, like they did with Obama. Black people up on there, and it's nothing else, no talk shows after that, because everybody's doing a podcast of sorts, And I can do that from the comfort of my home, and, if I can, if I want to. But that's just where we are. And that's just what it is. Anything else? Do you have another question? You remember Sue Johansson? I think I looked that up before months ago when I was with the gang. I'm about to cry if Sue died. She's a writer. She's still living. She's 92. She's 92. Yeah, I saw that today on Facebook when it's finally out. I haven't clicked on any of those things. Because I hate to click on something and it don't be worth nothing. Lord Jesus. So I'll just wait for it to like hit the scene, so I'll know for sure. I don't have to second guess or go research it 15 times. But I did see that today, as she should. I don't care nothing about Krishan. What I do care about Krishan is that somebody said she is the ballet, or she is like she plays an instrument. I think they said she's not about a ballerina. Is it something? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? She has this whole other talent besides sitting here making a fool of herself as a woman of color. But that's not what the people will recognize her for. So I thought that was an interesting note. I'm not interested in any of the. I'm not interested in the storyline. I don't care what happens. I don't care what street they on. I don't care what pictures they take. I do not care because that don't mean that. What I care about is, like I said, the inside, the workings, the beehive of the situation, not the bees. And whatever these pictures are, her going back and forth with whoever it is, that's all bees. It's all a nuisance. We stand to gain nothing from engaging in that. Nothing. Not one thing. Want to be on the side of somebody, and all the while, everybody knows in the common world, women and men stay in abusive relationships all the time, every day. Somebody getting abused right now with no plans to go nowhere. You know, if she build a platform coming out talking about the old domestic, but even still, that's forced. But like I said, she's a ballerina, accomplished, or something like that. Somebody said she's really good at that. Where did I see that at? It had to be on TikTok. If we're not going to see what her real talent is, other than getting whatever she does with this guy, then I'm not subscribing. I'm not prescribing or subscribing to that. Sue Johansson's still alive. I need to get her on the podcast before she head on out, like everybody else in the '90s gang is doing. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. That too. Just give me a late night on the PS public access and talk sex with London. A total key, especially when she started getting them dolls. When she introduced them dolls, my God, me and my sister would be hollering, talk sex with Sue Johansson. Got a question. Lustin with my yeah. So many segments. I need a producer. Natasha, I need you on the producing team. But that's what that is, and that's where it was, and this is what we have. And this is what we have. Let me look one. I'm not about to make this and eat me something. I know you is. As soon as I get it together. Oh, Hattie, we on the production too. Yes, Hattie. I need you on production. I've been saying I'm going to get me I seen somebody on TikTok, of course, with a big. It was clear, but it was a calendar on a big board, and I've been wanting one of those. I always want to write on the damn wall, just because I need it there. I need to see it. Books is for notes. I need something that's going to be up and ready to like plan it all out. Because it's here. It's just got to be here, You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave out of here. You two have a good I was going to say have a good fucking night. Cold fucking truth. Enjoy your meal. You will see me again for sure. Yes. So I gotta move. It sounds like I got to move. Or I could just send you this stuff. Because I would love an editor. If I had a friend in editing, that would be so great. That would be so great. What am I looking at? Oh, that story with Gail's annoying ass and Julia Roberts. Man, Martin Luther King. Well, you know, there's not really much here, although it's a great place to put your nose down and get to the work. So, you know, it all depends. I told you I'm trying to manifest the move. I need to be in a more metropolitan area with my and doing metropolitan things. But this is a great place to get down to it and get it done. Gail don't let nobody tell their story, and that's just on everyone. But the researchers don't like. What is she even there for Gail to be having this conversation? And secondly, it's so funny because I put out these videos of people being related. Not that the two have anything to do with each other, but I mean, we'd have known Julia 40 years and never heard this story. So why now are we discussing Julia Roberts? How the hell the Roberts don't got no money to go through a damn entertainment class when the damn uncle did the Kings pay for him too? Like, excuse me, like what is that? Gail sitting here telling this story. So you went to the class, go on and tell it. And then when the Kings came in, yep, go on and tell it. So after you did that, they go on and say it. If you're gonna prop her up, if you're gonna set her up, let her hit the damn ball when she's ready. Because obviously it's not a story. One, it's not a story she tells often. And two, it's not a story that she's comfortable with everyone knowing. I wonder if George Clooney knew the story. Why are we talking about the damn Kings? Why are they being resurfaced back into the conversation? That just, like that, it came so out of left field. But we need to discuss, and then with me discussing it and knowing that production is just right there, we could both encourage each other to make to get at least on the second floor of greatness, maybe the third. But it was an interesting story brought on by Gayle King, which is, you know, and putting Julia Roberts in that position, so people will go see that movie that her and George is in. Like it just didn't make no sense. Like, we'd have known Julia for 40 years. This story, I don't know where it applies, other than trying to get somebody's ratings, or Gail gets to it. Gail, you done known Julia 40 fucking years. Ain't nobody ever asked this damn question. Definitely gotta start somewhere. I would prefer to get out of here. I'm trying to manifest the move. Manifest the move. But that was, I mean, there's really nothing else to that. Interesting that the Kings had that money. Okay, yeah, okay, so not, okay. Some type of rumor like that, because we know MLK was sleeping around. Didn't sleep in his home bed too often. So then it'll be that, because then why else? I mean, Julia Roberts' last name is King. Well, shit, his last name ain't even King, is it? His name ain't Martin Luther. I think his name was Keith. Okay. It's just, you know, one thing into another begets another. random ass story in that damn talking ass Gale. Thank God for Oprah. Either way, his name his name is Pam. Yes, it is. Yes. I love you guys, and you know I do. If there's not anything else, if there isn't anything else, I'm gonna get to a meal. I'm gonna get to a meal. It's always a pleasure. And I hope I do for you what you guys do for me, because it is everything. Try to give it a second. Yeah. Listen, you know what it is? Love you guys to the moon and back. Appreciate the time you spent, because you could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. And I will definitely see you sooner.